Welcome back to the little house in the big snow. We're still kind of digging out here. It was kind of hard because we got dumped on. I mean, it's okay. A few years ago we had snow and it probably accumulated to about, 2 feet or so. But when you get 5, 6 inches, 8 inches, and it kind of keeps accumulating, it's okay. But when you get it all at once, it definitely is a challenge. And it's a challenge Doug and I have not experienced yet living here. So it's been very interesting. He's out right now because we had a tidal wave of snow coming off the sheep barn. So he's going out there because it could be pretty dangerous. So he's checking them out right now and helping them.
There's Miss Cotton. She's trying to get through the snow, but she's trapped over here at the sheep house. But we are gonna fix her up. Somebody commented on the last video that they could see the heart on her. You can see it right there. But if you guys go back to my very first videos, one of my very first ones, we talked about living off grid or thinking about it. And in that video, she was right there with us, or with me while I was talking in that video. So she's been around with us a long time. She's been a good barn cat, and me and her were pretty friendly. I brought her over some treats over here to the barn here with the sheep. Plus, I gotta fix this tidal wave coming off the building because that's kind of dangerous. So we're gonna do a few things over here and get this party started. All right, so you know the routine. Gave everybody their oats. They're enjoying those. We're gonna throw them out some hay, and then I'm gonna give Cotton her little treat. She's such a sweet little barn cat. Everybody be nice now. And brought her over a little bit of sardines. Oh, she likes that. It's good oil for her. Mr. Black Cat will share with her. Now if he gets out of hand, I'll slow him down a little bit. But she'll hold her own. See? Right there. I just think that's so neat. They like them sardines. You should be eating yours too. They're good for you too. I went ahead and separated them just to give them their own special piece. Oh, they love it. And they're done with their buffet just about, so it's time to move on to the salad. I love it. And now they're moving on to some premium grade A pasture hay. And probably in the next couple weeks we should have some lambs on the ground. And Rambo is doing great. Aren't you, buddy? Go eat your salad. Go eat your salad. Everyone's eating but you. No, yeah, I know. Go on. All right, let's go take care of that tidal wave out front so we created a little safer place. You want to help? Oh, that's what I thought. Got to freshen up their water inside too. We've been keeping that inside as well. Gravity fed. You want me to clear you out a spot out front a little more? Hmm? Oh my gosh. This is thick. Don't hit me now. I'm trying to help you out. Man, look at that. We got some snow, didn't we, buddy? I know you guys want to come out more. Pretty deep. That's a little better, huh? A little turnaround room. Okay, watch out. I can't Can't focus on my job and worry about you too, buddy. Don't hit me now. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me, bro. You helping me out? Yeah. That's some dangerous stuff right there. Watch him. Oh man, it's a lot of work, but you know, you gotta imagine they have short legs, so just this little path means a lot, because otherwise they'll be trapped inside the barn. And so now they got a nice little spot to turn around, and they can go back and forth down this lane. Gives them a little bit of freedom. Plus, getting that thing off the roof was huge. Don't leave those hanging around. That could fall down on you or your livestock and hurt somebody. Rambo's getting brave, following me out into the deep stuff. I was just gonna say, man, I could probably get away with walking around not worrying about him. All of a sudden I heard him tiptoeing through the deep snow. Ha! Holy smokes, he's something else. Beehives took a whopping. Snow's an insulator though, so I'll probably just let them be. See how the weather goes in the next couple days. Oh my gosh, they're cracking me up. So now the pond is a little bit frozen. So they have their spot where they hang out and they let everything else freeze up. So, but there's not really that much ice, so it's kind of like they can walk on it and fall through. But they want this food. Here you go, ducks. And some people were asking in the comments what kind of ducks these are. These are Indian runner ducks. They basically stay outside 24/7. We keep them, they stay down at the pond. They won't fly away because they're a little too heavy for their wings. So they just stay right here, aerate the pond, and they're just fun to watch. Just a thin layer of ice on the pond. Now normally, people around here that use ice houses, they might already put up some ice, but not this year. We've had pretty moderate temps. And you don't really need cold temps to have snow. I think a lot of people thought it was really cold. It's very mild, I would say. Probably upper 20s, and then with the snow and everything, so it's very comfortable. It's not rigid or frigid. And you don't want to be rigid. But it's just very picturesque. I mean, the scenery is beautiful, as you can see. And this is when your animals are way more dependent on you than any other time. So hopefully you guys are getting your chores done out there and being good stewards. Maggie is really enjoying the snow. She is a snow dog. She won't, whoops, got hung up on the barbed wire. She will not come in the house. She will not stop playing outside in the snow. But boy, she sleeps so good. Don't you, Maggie? She's a good girl. So I came back over to the sheep house because I need to grab some hay for Smokey and Sadie. And it looks like it tastes good. Because it's pretty convenient. A neighbor of ours has round bales, and then when we need some, we just call them up and we get some. But when there's 2 feet of snow, it adds another element into the mix. So we're on hold for that for a second, but we have square bales in here. I'll toss them out of square bale. Plus they still have some in the round. They're just you know, they want to feel special and get their special square bale hay like everybody else. They want it. So let's go get that for them. If we can get past security. Sir, I have the proper identification. I'm here to pick up only 1 square bale. I promise there's still food for you in the clan. Everything's gonna be all right. Man, you want it all, don't you, buddy? They want it all. All right, let's get this over to Smokey. Here, you want to carry that for me? Come on. Come on, carry that for me. Come on. Come on, Rambo. Earn your keep. Come on, you're my pack mule. Let's go. No? You never want to help. Ugh. Don't do it. Don't do it. He is on the prowl. There's a lot of people looking at you right here. They want their hay too. Now they're bigger than you, and they won't like you holding them up. Tell them, Smokey, you want to get your treat too, huh? Boy, I got a little party going on here. Horses and Airedales and sheep. Hey, Maggie, slow down. Oh, Rambo, you act like there's no food in there for you. Thanks for the escort. See you in a couple hours. Take care of the ladies. Now we'll get the horses their little treat that they've been waiting for. I was reading some of the comments, and it's true that even though this is work, you know, a lot of work, it's rewarding. So I love my job. I love my office. I just love it all. And Mr. Turkey ventured outside the barn. We'll go check him out. Hold on. Yeah, there's still plenty of green in there for him. This will just give them something to talk about, like they got something extra. Here you go, Sadie girl. Oh yeah. There you go. Is that all right with you, Maggie? Huh? Come on, let's go see Mr. Turkey. Oh, thankful for the horses. They made a nice trail for us back to the barn. There's Mr. Turkey. He's going in. He's moving too. Yeah, we're still digging out. So one thing about this snow, I don't know if it picks it up on camera, but it has that really blue like tint to it. And the only time I've seen that before is like really heavy wet snows produce it. And then like when we went to Alaska, that was pretty cool. The glaciers and stuff, they have that blue tint. Man, I don't know if it can pick it up. Like if you look down in there, I think it's so cool. Such a wet, heavy snow. Lots of problems in the St. Louis metro area and all rural areas up north here. But we're tough people up, you know, in the rural areas, so we'll be just fine. But I have found that 24 inches is the maximum depth of a Ford F-150. Otherwise you're gonna need a plow. So hope we don't get any more snow.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
We managed to dig the chickens out a little bit of an area so they don't get cooped up. Some of the snow starting to shed off the roofs. Like I said earlier, just make sure you guys are watching that stuff, especially if you're new to this stuff, or maybe you moved to an area where you haven't seen snow like this. I mean, all you old timers, you Minnesotans and Wisconsiners and Canadians, I heard all your comments snickering at us about our snow. I guess my point was that usually for us 24 inches in just one day period is pretty much snow. We can handle it. All right, so let's go inside the little house in the big snow and see what's up with Stacy.
Hey, how was the sheep? Were they okay?
Yeah, everybody looks great.
Okay, cool. Well,
What have you been doing?
what I always do, make sure you have plenty of food to keep lots of energy for you. But here on the homestead, we don't let anything go to waste. I made one of our fryer chickens that we processed a couple weeks ago. I'm going to use everything. So we had the meat last night, and then I'm going to make some bone broth with it. And then the meat that I had left over, I'm making a chicken chili right now for dinner for us. So real quick, all I'm going to do is, for my bones, I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of raw apple cider vinegar in the water that helps kind of pull out the minerals. And then I'm going to fill this with water and a bunch of, like probably a whole bulb of garlic and some onions. I'm going to put that on the pot. And then right now I've already started the chicken chili over here. And I love chicken chili. The big ingredient is cumin, lots of onions. I put like 3 onions in there, lots of garlic in there. And then I like to have some diced tomatoes and some jalapenos I put in there. The chicken broth left over from the roasted chicken that I made last night go in there. And it comes out great. And then here's the one thing that I added. I do the white northern beans, which I soaked overnight. And Very important. They let them soak probably like 18 hours or so, and then they're gonna cook rest of the day. I like to put in, oh, you got cuckooed. Some short grain brown rice I put in there too. And I like to make it really thick. And I really like the brand Lundgren brand, the brown rice, because it's very low in heavy metals. Great book. We'll link it below. It's called Food Forensics by Mike Adams, and he goes through all, like a lot of the heavy metals and the different products that contain the least and that have a lot. So it's a really good book. So I highly recommend that book. Now that my chicken chili is cooking and my bone broth is on the stove, I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate some pumpkin seeds. Nuts and seeds have a protective coating around them to help prevent them from sprouting. So what I did was I soaked them overnight in salt, unrefined salt. So I used, for 2 cups of raw pumpkin seeds, I used a tablespoon of unrefined salt, and I let it soak overnight. And then what I did was I rinsed them really, really, really good, and then I spread them out on these trays. And what I'm gonna do is let them, well, I have a wood burning cook stove. So what I do is I'm gonna put them up high so it gets that gentle heat, because right now my oven is a little hotter than 150 degrees. So I'm gonna let them hang out here on top for the rest of the day, and then when we go to bed at night, the oven will be lower and it'll be 150 degrees. So I'm a little different than the rest of you guys, and then I'm gonna let them, you can let them roast for 12 hours up to 24 hours. So you can taste them and see how you like them, okay? So I have some wonderful heat coming up here, so they're gonna kind of dry out, and then later I'll put them in the oven. But for you guys, 150 degrees for 12 to 24 hours, and then you have wonderfully sprouted, dehydrated pumpkin seeds, which are going to be so good, because then you'll be able to absorb the iron and the magnesium and all the great nutrients that you get from these nuts. And this way, by sprouting them, you'll be able to digest them so much better.
So that is what's going on in the little house in the big snow.
And where did we hear that from?
I posted a picture on Instagram, and Lisa, that follows us there, I just basically posted a picture of our cabin, and I said, title this picture, and that's what she came up with. And I thought,
we love it.
That was super cute, and I think we're going to use it as a series. So when you see that in the title, you'll know that we're going to talk about challenges that we're having in 2 feet of snow, which isn't really normal for us. And then maybe that could help you guys out if you're going to move to a climate that could produce that much snow.
And I have to say, probably right now, one of the most challenging thing is we have so much snow, and then it gets a little warmer during the day, and then at night, after it gets packed down, it freezes, and it's sort of like you're on, you know, an ice skating rink.
So remember, we talked about, we're bringing you guys these dangers. We talked about some yesterday, like lifting the snow and walking in there, and the cardio and your heart racing. Today we showed you guys about the overhangs on your buildings, that the snow can come off of them and cause danger to your livestock.
So here's a little tip. You need to go to the store, and I always say, I need to get one, and I looked at them earlier this year, and I should have gotten it. Those things that you put on the bottom of your shoes that have the spikes, you know, that you can walk in ice. They sell them at the
Check out our
bottom.
Amazon link, because it'll be down below.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get some of those for your shoes. But now, today, we're also slipping in on you guys. A little bonus is just about slipping outside, because it can be very slick. So stay tuned for these videos from the little house in the big snow.
And we're all about holistic here. A great non-toxic way to kind of help with slipping, you know, is we use our sawdust.
Yeah, sawdust
sprinkle
works
that
good.
out. It
Yes.
works really good.
Another good thing is just stay inside.
That's no fun though.
That's not a good thing.
No.
Actually, your animals depend on you in this kind of weather more than ever. Normally, they're pretty self-sufficient, so now it's all about us. We have to give them all the food and all the water.
And make sure you feed your birds lots of black oil sunflower seeds too.
Yeah, because you got to take care of those wild creatures.
Yes, definitely. They need it the most now.
Well, thanks for stopping by the homestead. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below about
your favorite kind of nut.
Well, besides Doug and Stacy.
Yeah. What's your favorite nut? We want to know. Not M&Ms with, you know, peanut M&Ms, but, you know, a nut. Pick your favorite nut. Oh, man. Look at that.